Pisces, to save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread to look at past, present, and future influences. And this week, it's all about not lingering in the past. I think that there's been some sort of trigger that's giving you self doubt and anxiety and fear that's based on past experiences, especially from people in situations that were shady to you, including those that stole from you as well, like including from the pocketbook, okay? And it's making you a little kind of tight fisted, tightness in your mind, your heart, your spirit, and in your pocketbook. And it's not necessary, okay? It's kind of like, again, whatever triggered it, it's going in a narrative in your own head while the outside circumstances are saying that they're so favorable. So I don't want you lingering in the past, especially if it undermines your self-esteem and your self-confidence, because it's not going to do anything to help you that way, okay? And most importantly, there's kind of like a universal test that's been going on, right? You know this as well. And this is kind of like the final exam. God is asking you to make sure that you feel yourself rooted in your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and that all comes from your self-love, all right? Remember, it's going to be a heartbreaking for Pisces because you're two of you, you're the material and the spirit, and we're all meant to go for the spirit, but especially you, okay? And it's going to be a special breaking for you. So don't linger in that material because that's what's at play here. It's like that mindset is saying the material is everything, but God in the universe is saying the spirit is everything, and I have a good reward for you. And I can see that you're under obligations and responsibilities that you may feel like that's even kind of overwhelming and burdensome, but that's part of the lesson as well. Okay, we're getting through the final exam. Let's see how to kind of achieve that A plus. All right. The reason why I'm saying that everything is getting tight fisted is in that first card placement, the King of Pentacles. That's a general significator of the whole reading. All right. So with him tainting this kind of 10 card spread, it's just the only thing I can say, you need to get this mindset out of every atom of your body. Okay, the thing about the king, he's cheap in the pocketbook. He translates cheap to our mindset and our attitude. We get snappy. We're snappy with ourselves. We're just feeling in a bad mood. We feel like nothing's working out, and it's all feeling like it's all based on the purse strings, right? And I'm here to tell you, poo-poo. Okay, it sounds a little light, but that's exactly what the king is. He's trying to play with your heart. And I'm not saying that there might not be a pinchness of the pocketbook, but that's exactly what you're meant to work through, okay? I don't think it's as bad as you're perceiving, and I don't need that escalation in your mind or your heart to kind of make it manifest, all right? Because it's all about triggering that stuff from the past so you finally deal with it and not let it spook you like a bad shadow, all right? And the reason why I'm saying that is that crossing card that's not allowing the king to like move the heck on, because that's his whole purpose, is just to kind of bum us out and remind us that we don't need to be bummed out or be in this kind of dimension in our head, all right? And the King of Wands is the charmer, the advertising, marketing, promotion, and, PR. So if any of those business endeavors, you want to start to apply that and you feel like, oh, I don't have the money or the attitude to do it, no, go ahead, just do it. Marketing just starts with an idea that wants to be spread around. So if you've got a good product set, it will happen, all right? So don't doubt it, and especially try. Don't not try, because then you know where you're going to definitely stay. Nowhere, all right? But if the King of Wands was also the non-exalted state, he's a charmer. Everyone wants to know him. He seems sophisticated, and everything's going on. But the thing about the King of Wands, he's like a veneer on a fake veneer of hardwood on plywood, okay? So the minute you start scratching through that veneer, you're going to get to the plywood, okay? That's the thing about the king. He's shady. He's also shady not only in love, but also, like I said, in the pocketbook. And I know that's been somewhat of a theme for Pisces, a lot of you over the last couple of, like a year and a half, but you're really coming out of it. I know you do. So let's not get hung up with this guy, because these two want to just play with you, right? They just want to undermine you, and that's not necessary here, okay? And if you're feeling like you're in Shadowland, and maybe that's what the trigger is, like you feel like there's maneuvering again, maybe in your own attitude and the way that you have to handle stuff, that's the Magician in that third card placement. And that's, I like to say, God's placement of how to navigate the week. The Magician's a major arcana card. He means secrets, but it's secrets for us. So if you're feeling like you need to keep cards close to your chest, that's a beautiful reflection. And it's also a reminder that you have the ability in money, heart, intellect, and imagination. So don't let anything stop you. And it also, the nice thing about the Magician, so let's say this King of Wands is appearing in some way and it's plucking your nerve, and the Magician puts up like a smoke screen, so no one needs to follow you. So again, I think that might be the trigger for that kind of king manifesting in your mindset and your heart, and just don't, okay? Because God and the universe have a completely different message for you. So let's get into why I say that. So in that fourth card placement, the gut of the matter, I'd like to say, in the base of the matter in the reading, is the Two of Cups. It's falling in love with yourself, falling in love with other people, falling in love with life, career, community. It all kinds of stir. It's literally that initial stage, that youthful kind of kick of the heart. That's the Two of Cups, right? So maybe you want to do that and you're being cheesy McGeezy, or you have to be secretive in your love affairs. Just take your time, whatever you need to do that's kind of like getting your spirit inflamed again in a beautiful way, that needs to be encouraged. Okay, so if you need to keep it quiet because it's sitting at the top versus the bottom, that's all right too, at your time frame. All right, don't let anyone push or bully you, especially your own head. All right, and you need to trust yourself so much here, Pisces. I can't validate that enough, because that's where that creative energy is going to start to really flow. Because in the past reflection I have in that fifth placement is the Four of Swords, the firm foundation in the area of our thoughts. But to the ancient tarot, those thoughts were translated into our identity. I've been pushed and pulled. I've been judged. I've had to engage. I've had to fight for my point of view, how I want to live my life, who I want to love, how I want to work. It's all been kind of like that's been the test over these last couple of years, right? So, and you've passed it. That's what the Four says. So now God is saying, like, what do you want to do next? And that's it, because it's in a past reflection. I know a lot of you have already been deciding, like, okay, where do I want to go next? And it might not be fully formulated. That's the thing about the minor arcana. You're going through the whole journey to the 10 and then to the suits of the royals. But it's all about what you want to do, because it's based on now you, not everybody else and what everybody their opinion is, and community and society. That's the breaking of the swords. And it's like so beautiful, because in the sixth card placement, I'm ready to take off. That's the present card placement. The Knight of Wands is the ride for the new ideas of the creative. And again, it might not be fully formulated, and that might give us pause, because let's say you put a gamble on some other kind of strategy earlier and it didn't pay off and it was a new thing. Don't beat yourself up. That's just life, especially in business. That just happens where we try to take chances. That's a risk taker. Don't beat yourself up. Be thankful that you are that. You learn some paramount lessons that are going to serve you now moving forward. And most importantly, not to be attached to the material. I hate to break that to you, Pisces, because that's when the flow happens, right? Of spirit and heart and the material, right? And the night wants to take you on a ride, so trust it. You might not know where you're going, but the night does. And it's an adventure. It's joyful. It's exciting. So don't look at it as a bummer. And you really need to trust yourself again, even in the seventh placement. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles and the overall gist in that first. In the seventh placement is how we're feeling about ourselves. So we have the Five of Swords. So sitting so close to the Four. I'm deciding what to do. I'm building that foundation. I have it set now. What do I want to build around it? What do I want my life to look like next? That's what's on offer for you. It's pretty exciting, all right? And the seventh placement in that Five of Swords validates this. The five is good luck in tarot numerology, but there's always something to get over to get to the good luck. And here in the Five of Swords, all you have to do is be you. All right, it's pretty easy in this one, because it's like God in the universe saying, I'm sorry, Pisces, I messed with you, but I had to mess with you, or you never would have known yourself. You never known what was important to your life, including those people and situations that needed to go by the wayside. That's never easy for anybody, but especially a Pisces, because you're so empathetic. You take all that emotion in, good or bad, and you've been deciphering it. Like, what is the good for me? How do I want to move forward again? All right. And this is, again, that affirmation that you need to trust you. And what's so exciting here when we're kicking off ideas or just serving ourselves, the eighth placement is the Ace of Wands. That's how other people look at you. They look at you as an upsurge of energy in the creative, all right? What's so nice about my deck, too, this guy is the Emperor, right? It's business, law, contracts, being fair and just in those areas, right? Justice as a reflection of that. It's being a good leader and a good mentor in the best of ways, because we combine all that business knowledge along with a good heart, all right? And be able to execute it in a fair and just manner. That's the eighth placement here. And that's how other people look at you, is that upsurge of energy in that creative, and taking it and combining it with the business to make anything happen, all right, in the material. So that's a really special thing. Again, if you need to kick off ideas in that kind of dynamic, even in family or friends or just for yourself or putting yourself out there, people look at you as someone who has the props. So really trust this as well and build upon it. And this is the ninth placement. Is why I was saying that, you might be feeling overwhelmed a little bit and pulled in a variety of directions, and maybe trying to really keep that mindset to not look at it as a burden, okay, to take care of those responsibilities right now. The ninth position is our hopes and fears, and the chariot is there. It's a major arcana card. It's being pulled in different directions. That's the modern day tarot, all right? But in the ancient day tarot, it was having mastery of thought, right? Having mastery of thought to kick the King of Pentacles to the side, or have mastery of thought to kick the old circumstances that happened with the King of Wands. Have mastery of thought to allow the Two of Cups to emerge in my heart. And if I have to maneuver in strategic ways, that's a mastery of thought as well, okay? But we don't get there unless we're feeling balanced. That's the lesson of the chariot. So you can't fight the circumstances that life presents to you, right? But you can definitely fight in your head and your heart how you respond to it. And it's about reaching for the very tippy top of the best of the matter right now, okay? And in the ninth placement says, don't be fearful of that kind of obligation and burden. It's just God's part of the universal test that you're going through. And it means that you have all the wherewithal to make anything happen. And in the 10th position, we get the validation of this as well. And the Three of Pentacles is a celebratory state for you and your ideas in the material world, but in the ideas of family, home, relationship, community, your body, your health, your mindset, all get celebrated in the three. So while it seems like push and pull and little triggers here and there, it means that you're doing okay. You're doing all right. And I know you know this, Pisces. So focus on that half glass half full and not half empty, all right? Because that's the thing here, because I can't get the gifts to you and keep on contributing that if I'm not, like, if you're not open and vulnerable and celebratory to get it. And again, the bonus card is the Justice card. This gal has been appearing for quite a while, for a long time. And I'll say it again, if you want your justice, leave it in God's hands. It's great favorable outcomes for all that stuff, and especially sitting next to the king. I know some people have maybe given up on some of those aspects of the legalities out of those lessons, but here's the justice, okay? It's a validation that you'll get your justice, leave revenge, but it's great for law, business, trust, and contracts. So have a really good week, Pisces. Thanks so much for visiting the channel. Oh, if you're so inclined to consider liking or subscribing, it's been so great to hear everybody's comments and feel their support. Thank you so much.